7-0. They are absolutely top of their region. But is that enough?
Not to China.
Not to China, because Psg.lgd, they came fourth. They had to play tiebreakers to be here today. They almost weren't going to make it at all, and then they had to go through wild cards, and then they had to go through group stages. Still made it to the upper bracket, and looking darn good doing it. We're in the draft as well for game number 2. What changes do we want to see made? Like, was it a specific hero combo? I saw some people saying that they really like the Shadow Shaman coming out as well. Because we talked a lot about Shaman. He was picked 3rd this game, so I'm not imagining him being picked in the first 2. But is that something to be wary of? Is that something that's bannable? How to fix the issues?
I think the Shaman was solid. I don't think that was the problem hero. I think the overwhelming team fight that, you know, VP, they played really well into and executed around it amazingly, but... Yeah,
I'm more worried about the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Don't let LGD get Phoenix, although I guess they already spent their bans, but like Phoenix, Elder Titan, the team fight supports. You know, Shaman's a great support, but he is more single target focused. He can provide control, but he's not going to single-handedly win a team fight. Serpent Wards are just nice, but they're not groundbreaking. I want the big ults gun. I want Supernova gun. I want Earth Splitter gun.
I think the Shaman is replaceable with the Lion. I feel like they achieve very similar things. And exactly as mentioned, the Phoenix gets snagged, not given to Psg.lgd. I think VP probably wanted to first to it with the Mars, but you know, Psg.lgd, they've been seeing Mars Phoenix for 4 days straight. They know what that's about.
So they can Mars now on LGD.
Unless they prefer Pango, I don't know.
I mean, they play Mars on multiple positions. They might as well pick Mars and Pango if they want to.
That was, I mean, last game was their first Pango, or first Faith Beyond Pango game.
Yes.
And so it's not a particular soft spot for them.
And we saw Mars Phoenix lose early today. EG defeated it game 1, I think, against Fnatic. The key was lots of BKBs. There's First Spirit with a BKB, a Beastmaster with a BKB. So
you can just run out. Or built-in BKBs, Lifestealer Juggernaut.
I'm not sold on Lifestealer. after Thunder Predator was kind of lukewarm on the hero, but Jug definitely probably. So I was starting to. I'm not going to do any more stock analogies, but I was getting hot on Terrorblade, and I was like, oh, this might be the carry of the tournament. But I think Jug has just proven to be way more consistent, way more pickable, and not ban-worthy generally.
Yeah.
The Monkey King we're always seeing banned. The other primary carries are being targeted much more, but Jug's slipping through.
Wraith King was one of the most played for Nightfall during the DPC League, but I also think that I mean, all those stats are a little outdated because it was, for a lot of teams, it was very highly coveted, and then during the wildcards and the group stages, the hero kind of got ignored.
Yeah, I think Wraith kind of sucks now.
Okay.
Sorry, Wraith King.
Sorry, Wraith King. Yeah, well.
It's kind of playable, like that minus Radiance, but it just feels kind of slow. And like we saw the Secret game, they could have gone for it, but Abaddon was just a better Wraith King that game with minus Radiance because he had the kind of invulnerability of his ultimate
That's
and shield.
Matumba, man. I don't know if that counts.
Yeah. LGD just bust out 2 cores, first 2 picks. They get the puck, they get the troll. They're just confident in their heroes. They don't care that they're revealing a lot with these.
No, they played that troll very well. And Troll was picked first 2 then as well. And it was... It's one of those heroes that you think you can counter in the draft. And I think the only real counter we saw from it was the Doom, probably, right?
I wouldn't even say... I don't think Jug or Doom is like a true counter. No. Either of them, really. Like, Doom can be okay because you stop the ultimate, but late game when Troll gets items, chucking some lifesteal, like, he's fine. He had the Sunray backing him up as well to heal him. This time he won't have Sunray, but...
I was hating on AA earlier in this tournament, but I honestly think AA is pretty good against Troll. Just, I don't think VP played all too often.
Yeah.
Not too often, indeed.
They did have the option to first to a Razor in response, because that was the ban last game. They picked Troll, ban Razor. This time around, PSG picked Troll when VP still had a pick to go, but they wanted to make sure they had that teamfight pairing to go with the Phoenix. And I like it just because they recognized probably from last game, we had this Mars and no real teamfight around it. This time, let's make sure we just have that big team fight to match up Psg.lgd, who themselves are going to be probably picking some big team fight. They're going to want the ET or some kind of...
Can't do it. Banned out.
Okay, banned out. No ET.
And no Jogger either.
What are they going to want?
Banned out by Psg.lgd themselves. Yeah.
They might want the, let's say Abaddon, but that's banned as well. So I'm drawing blanks.
Because what are you feeling like VP is focusing? Are they just focusing Y heroes? Is that what's happening here?
Teamfight heroes in general.
I mean, is it a good idea for Psg.lgd themselves to go AA? Is that still an option?
I don't think they have any setup or any real synergy for AA right now. There's no, I mean, there is Sunray, but I wouldn't say AA stands out as a need to ban hero at this point.
How excited would you be to see the second Y Clockwork this tournament? It's the only team that played Clockwork 5, I believe.
That's also more situational. The AA and the Clockwork need something specific to validate their pick.
You know what I've been missing on the main stage? And just recently, I believe yesterday, we barely saw it as well as the Luna position 5. I feel like that's kind of fallen off a little bit.
I think that's one of the wild card things that got figured out. Same thing with the gyrocopter. We're not seeing that.
Yeah.
Although,
that Prophet just seems like a better Luna.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as far as 5s go.
Would agree with that, and to be honest, I kind of forgot she was still in the pool. Yeah. I kind of expected her, like, I kind of expect her to be banned or picked first all the time, so during this phase, I kind of lose track.
Well, maybe a Faith Beyond Death Prophet. Not necessarily guaranteed to be Y.
Picking 3 cores to start your draft, definitely a bit odd, but I would lean towards support. I think they just, even though PSG haven't really been going to that support Death Prophet, I think they just saw these support bans and they're like, well, what's one of the best supports left? Death Prophet.
They played it on all positions. We've saw Nothing to Say play it. We saw the Y play it and Faith Beyond as well. So definitely a good option. They go for the Tusk. So that is your Xingqiu hero.
Yeah, this is, I think, good hero. You can pair it with the Troll in lane even if you want, depending on how they want to play this. It also, I mean, it lanes well with either Death Prophet or Troll because you've got range heroes to kind of synergize with the tag team.
Or take a page out of Secrets book, try to run it in a tri-lane.
Yeah.
Could do.
If VP go kind of too greedy with their carry of choice. But you are, I mean, tri-laning into an Eng sounds a little rough, potentially.
Yeah, later on, you can nicely blow up the Eng, though, as a Tusk. You can get your revenge.
Is it that bad to tri-lane into an Eng? I feel like tri-lane, like, tag team, she doesn't have much HP to survive that.
At one point in Nature's Attendance will solve that, though.
I would definitely, lean towards, Tusk being the king of tri-lane if there is a tri-lane versus tri-lane over the Eng.
Well, this time LGD don't target GPK quite as much.
Ooh, King is back. You hated it, gods. You don't like it still? Or you're okay with it?
Not a big fan. No, I think they're just kind of limited in what carries are left in the pool, to be totally honest here. Top meta carries mostly banned. The TB Jug were gone.
Morphling. But whatever.
Yeah, I think playing Morph into these double silences is a bit rough. Wraith King's a hero that doesn't care if he's silenced. Because one of the scariest things about this, I think, 5 Death Prophet in the mid game is this, 6-second silence, right?
Yep.
It's crazy. A 6-second silence on a single target, people would be like,
surely
yeah, that's good.
Going to get nerfed. Like, that's going to be in the patch next week, Friday.
Yeah.
Or in classic Ice Frog style, don't touch what's great about Death Prophet, which is the silence. Instead, like, Spirit Siphon. Well, Spirit Siphon, I actually want to nerf Spirit Siphon. That's what makes her such a pain in the ass as a support, is that she has, like, inherent sustain.
The weak spell, Crypt Storm, is actually the spell that's, like,
and that got buffed with the cast animation also. And so.
Yeah. The Spirit Siphon makes you really strong in lane, and then the silence in the mid game is as far as support Death Prophet goes.
Or just nerf Exorcism. I'd be okay with that also. Invoker gets banned out because now they're hitting GPK with some bans.
Yeah. He's the guy that's left.
Storm Spirit still in availability. Well, all the spirits actually.
Yep. None of the spirits are touched. Very unusual.
That is very unusual.
Last game we had, of course, Psg.lgd banning out that Storm Spirit. It was actually in the second phase as a respect ban to GPK. They ban out the TA.
DK?
We got the Kunkka. You wanted to see that one.
Let's go.
Do PSG.lgd flex the puck? We always talk about puck being a good first pick because it's flexed, but it never gets flexed. This is a mid hero. This has just been a mid hero this entire tournament for like 20 plus picks, but this might be the time where you consider it. Bring back the Magnus.
What would he play instead?
Magnus? I don't know. Magnus sounds good versus Kunkka.
Yeah, and you have
You'd support it?
I absolutely think Max sounds great as a mid. I mean, they just like that big team fight too. Otherwise, they go for a random Undying pick as support.
Otherwise, they just do something dumb.
Just pick a... No, right? I mean, this is... I mean, what, 5-position Undying here?
Yeah, it's nothing to say on the Death Prophet.
Yeah. Okay.
And Faith Beyond on the puck.
On the puck,
okay,
yes.
I mean, they do flex the puck. That makes... that's what I was kind of expecting. I didn't think you want to send the puck mid versus Kunkka, but they...
Hi, this is Lorenzo from Dota Pro Games. On this channel, every day, we upload Dota games from pros like Arteezy, Paparazzi, Miracle, and many more. If you want to play like them and understand their secrets, consider subscribing to this channel. You will increase MMR in no time. Also, liking this video is free and will help me bring you more and more content. Enjoy the game. Thanks.
Yeah, one of the traditional solo offlaning heroes.
I mean, against the 1v1, yes. Again, a 2v1, you're getting...
Yeah, but if the tri lane is successful enough, it will force the other person up.
Right.
So then you're in a 1v1.
Yep. I'm not sure. I think I'd be a little caught out by Psg.lgd if they go for a tri lane, but I don't think they need to necessarily. Undying and Tusk are just great laners on their own right, and they could try and win both side lanes.
This is you going for Psg.lgd.
Psg.lgd. Oh, yeah,
you said it at the start.
Yep.
Yeah, this is you going for them. This is the odds you had, the 1 and the 2. You weren't right the first one, but you can still win the series. You know, you're still good.
I was campaigning for GPK Kunkka.
Yes.
It happened, so I will pick them. Give me Virtus.pro.
Okay. I must say I'm a little torn. I was expecting big things from VP, and even though they played really good Dota, I'm also thrown off by the Undying. I can't really... I'm going for VP. Gotta go for the guys and give them a shot. And I hope that we get to see a third game with these two squads because they have been playing fantastic Dota. And they will play fantastic Dota in game number 2 as well. So let's head over to our commentary team of MLP and Black.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are into the second game of Virtus.pro versus Psg.lgd. And we have an immediate pause out, which gives us plenty of time to talk, Black. How are you doing? Never mind. Forget about how you're doing, sir. We're going right back into it. I don't want to hear how you're doing.
Let's go. I love the response too. He's pausing the game, immediately capsing OK in chat, resumes right away. A real chat. Loving it.
Indeed. How are you feeling about the drafts, Black? I mean, Virtus.pro, they went to the Wraith King, they changed things up. The panel was asking to see the Kunkka. Any faith in these Kunkka pickups? I mean, it's one of those heroes that hasn't looked very good recently.
I feel so scared. They're playing against Puck, DP, Troll, and Tusk, 4 of the most contested hero throughout the entire major, and they combo so well together, you know, like, I am incredibly scared for VP, to say the least. Like, when they hit their timings with Coil and Exorcism, it's gonna be incredibly tough to fight back. Wraith King, though, you know, at least he has that second life to work with, so potentially can do some damage, but I'm favoring LGD quite a bit here.
I don't know how to feel about it, right? Because the Wraith King, like, seeing Nightfall, how fast he farmed last game on the Jug, theoretically on the Wraith King, it's going to be much faster. You've got the inbuilt skeletons, you've built into the Midas, the Radiance, everything else. Nightfall just might get to the point where he's just out of control with the fight. That's what I'm kind of thinking.
It's possible.
I mean,
the lane could potentially be hard. You know, you can get caught out pretty easily by Tusk, and Puck can lane quite a bit of damage with those right clicks as well. So we'll have to see. If he free farms, sure, I consider Wraith King dominate the game, but we'll have to see like until minute 3 or 4 whether he's actually free farming or not.
We'll have a look at the lanes. Mid lane, GPK and Nothing to Say going to be up against each other. The DP and Kunkka. Kunkka's still one of those heroes that is quite potent in the laning phase thanks to that Tidebringer. Of course, Nothing to Say on the DP is playing DP and has Spirit Siphon. You think GPK has much of a chance of winning out this lane on the Kunkka? Maybe just with that Tidebringer abuse?
Not at all. Like, DP is considered one of the hardest counters to Kunkka on lane. I'm expecting him to do very well, especially as the levels go higher. Spirit Siphon level 2, level 3 will just, you know, exponentially increase in strength. And the Kunkka should be getting bullied out of lane at that point.
Top lane, a bit of a pull here. It's like save, got to creep wave over for DM, just wanting to farm that up safely. Why trying to intervene, but it's not really much he can do, especially when they're split up. The Undying.
You don't have the sand.
Yeah. Undying actually being the last pick of a draft. What a time to be alive. Last time I've seen it, I think, was almost a good year ago. But it's a perfect pick here against the Phoenix as well as the Mars to secure the lane for the Troll. Makes perfect sense.
Why? Some decays off onto DM. Of course, Arme, he has plenty of damage on that Troll, so you'd have to be a little bit cautious about how much strength is stolen. His double strengths into Undying after all. Save's trying to give a backwise weight. A lot of damage being pumped out by the Phoenix. Why's actually going to salve himself up.
Yeah, it's not the easiest lane, even with Undying. Like Phoenix as well as Mars have a lot of Harris potential. Going a little bit on the Mars here, but he's going to be just fine. And I think it's going to be a war of resources up here. Like they're going to bring out a lot of healing salves, a lot of tangos on the Radiant side, and so will Dire will have to do the same thing to see who gets the better end of it. It should be the Undying, but as I said, a lot of potential for outplay here on Radiant.
Well, it's very smart what Save is doing. He just continues to pull the wave back behind the tier 1 tower and then just kind of splitting the heroes up so they can't get maximum value out of the decay. And as you can see, why he's going to just start warding rather than actually staying in lane now. I think this is very clever from Save. Just ensuring that Y gets no value. Very good stuff.
That's the cookie cutter way of playing a lane that you are inherently at a disadvantage in. You know, just keep pulling the wave, try to get it behind your tower, deny that extra wave from the Troll, and he's doing a fantastic job, as you mentioned.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
GPK mid lane. Still very even with Nothing to Say. There was a bit of a moment there with Nothing to Say was diving the Kunkka, but overall, GPK has been able to heal himself up and just get a reset going. So far, so good for Virtus.pro, I've got to say. I mean, I really did expect the DP to have a bit more of an advantage, but it hasn't really been the case as of yet. But I say that, Xingqiu's here now. It is only to protect the Arcane Rune that Nothing to Say, of course, does what? Gets the full bottle now, and well, maybe with the Arcane, things do get slightly more hard.
Especially at level 6 when he hits his Exorcism. A lot of potential for a kill, especially with a Tusk rotation. But yeah, GPK, one of the best Kunkas in the world. He is definitely overplaying his hand a little bit in his lane here.
GPK back off bot lane. Looks like they are trying to make the jump in onto Kingslayer. Not quite enough damage yet as the tag team does wear off for Xingqiu. Speaking of that bot lane, Nightfall having a pretty darn good time. 25 and 7. He is 4 CS behind the Troll, but in terms of his own farm, he doesn't seem to be too badly affected by Faith Beyond's puff, at least quite yet. Just judging by his farm now, he should be good to go eventually into the jungle and just kind of free farm there for a while.
Yeah, we'll have to see what ability is going for. Probably just the casual face boots into the Glove of Haste Radiance. He wants to get his Radiance timing up ASAP, skipping the Midas. So I like the decision quite a bit. Yeah, I'm a bit afraid for the Mars, to be honest. Like, he's getting pressured quite a lot. At least he's still getting his levels. Once he's level 6, should see some rotations from him. DP, Exorcism with a Arcane Rune popped.
Torrent not going to connect. Nothing to say. We'll just keep sticking around. The siege creep not actually attacking the tower right now, unfortunately for LGD, but now it will. Does lock on. Nothing to say. They're going to try and dive the DP, but the Spirit Cypher's just keeping him so darn healthy. Snowball in there from Xingqiu. Not sure about that one. Now the rotations are in from their Wraith King Nightfall. Trying to get a kill onto this DP, but Nothing to Say. It's still way too fast. Nightfall cannot keep up. They've almost lost that tier 1 mid.
They will have to deny it here. Will get it as well, but it's a very early mid tower, minute 6, that's gonna open up the map massively for LGD and their rotations. It's a huge win. And we can just see the problem with Kunkka against DP. DP reached level 6 first, Kunkka not even 6 yet, so not able to defend that tower, and they made perfect usage of that timing.
mate. DM's going to try and chase him down. There's no arena up yet. Spear off the mark. Easy sidestep for Arme. He's going to head down bot now, and I guess they just get started on the bottom tier 1, right? Like, there's nothing really in the way of stopping them. It's kind of like you said, the Kunkka really not having that much impact yet. Yeah, you don't have the Exorcism, but you can still just force down that tier 1 bot, and there's not really much that Virtus.pro can do about it.
He has board available, so could potentially mess them up quite badly down there, but Mars is not level 6 yet. Like, he'll still need half a minute, and that might be too late to defend the bottom tower. Then if you lose bottom and middle this early on into the game, though, your Wraith King is gonna be in a whole lot of trouble. Like, he's gonna have a hard time finding farm in his own jungle.
That's the thing, VP don't really want to have to force Nightfall into the triangle this early on, nor do they want him in the dire jungle. For now, Nightfall, he has his home. For now. Meanwhile, mid lane, bit of a smoke up here. Nothing to say in SingQ. Going to start roaming towards the top side. So it looks like LGD want to commit to the tier 1 bot and then try to make a team fight happen up the top lane. And perhaps use the top tier 1 to actually just allow everyone to rotate in, as they have started on GPK.
Very low here.
Yeah, GPK's gone. First blood will be actually secured by Nothing to Say. The DP able to get the first blood, and VP just have to run. Faith, save.
No coil.
Very close call, but not quite.
And that's why DP is considered the hard corner for Kunkka. A hero that's traditionally considered very tanky. Exorcism, Spirit Siphon, suddenly just melt like butter. GPK died in a matter of seconds, and it's very crazy to think that I just heard first blood at minute 8 in the game. So late, nobody died until then.
I actually must admit I was quite shocked myself. Couldn't believe my eyes for a second there. Mid lane, SingQ maybe going a little bit too far on the task. Gets the shard off, does block himself in. Now the snowball right back out. But they got the edge. GPK will bring back in the task. Will get the kill. First kill there for Virtus.pro this game. But I've got to tell you, Black, I'm sure you're very concerned as well, but they're losing a lot of map control here, Virtus.pro.
They are, and it shows in the net worth. They're already 2,000 gold behind. Troll now has all the space in the world to farm. His own jungle, the enemy jungle, and Wraith King should be falling behind quite a bit here.
Nightfall, he's trying. Fade. Just orb through. He'll get vision of Nightfall. Save's now going to move in with the Fire Spirits, but just a bit of harassment. Meanwhile, on the river, Psg.lgd, they're coming. No Exorcism up, but they want to just try and force Nightfall out of this farming area. And now Dreamcoil going to be committed right onto that Phoenix save. He can't really do much about this. Snowball will come in from SingQ and they will secure another kill. I think LGD, they're playing this perfectly.
Yeah, using their low tool and ultimate to just secure a kill. Wraith King, a little bit of trouble here. Just gonna walk it off.
DPK, X-Torrent is there on for DP. Shards out, boat gonna fly through, does connect with the Spirit Siphons. It's just so much regen. How do you get through it? Now the arena's down, but the snowball is gonna allow him to get right back out of it. No the egg is down, Exorcism has been committed. They might be able to get something out of this. They've got the spear. Faith, they want to keep going perhaps. Why? Stuck around, that Tidebringer hit does hurt quite a bit. Now SingQ even being X'd up, GPK will bring him back. Torrent, not quite on the mark. SingQ wanted the deny, but won't get it. And VP suddenly doing a very nice team fight for themselves.
Yeah, DP unfortunately did not have any Spirit Siphons ready. He used them both to survive and get away previously, and a DP without Spirit Siphons is really not that scary. He melted real quick with all the damage coming through from the Radiant. And at this point, it's still the strongest hero they have, the Exorcism. They didn't have Puck Coil at the time either, so they didn't really care. Didn't get locked down. DP ended up dying. Very good fight here for VP. Putting themselves on the board finally. Still holding on to a 1k gold lead though by PSG here.
At least VP will have a bit of time to try and get map control back. We'll get the tier 1 top tower. The mid tower is going to be the important one to even things out. Has bought a bit of time, though, for their Wraith King Nightfall to get back in his own jungle. But top lane, GPK, Snowball. Gonna land. Let's get X back. Just fine. Actually buys a very late urn on the Kunkka.
Indeed, very. He's going for Spirit Vessel still against DP, who already finished up with his Scepter, which she puts to use straight away to get the region rune. But yeah, it's not generally a pickup you see this late. Like, you want to go for an urn or a vessel really early, so you have some power timings with it, but DP already has the counter on lock. So we have seen another Spirit Vessel today in another series where Void Spirit went for it pretty late and it had absolutely no impact. And it delayed his strong timing, so I'm a little bit afraid that, you know, this Kunkka might be experiencing the same fate here.
Yeah, nothing to say, already having the answer with that Yules. Back at the farm now, Arme. Still top of the net worth board. Nightfall, though, getting quite close to that Radiance. He does have the Sacred Relic up. So things are moving for VP. In terms of late game scaling, do you prefer the Wraith King? Do you prefer the Troll? Which one do you think has the better kind of mid to late game?
So Wraith King versus Troll, I would generally favor the Wraith King. However, I like the supporting cast of the Troll much better. DP late game, an absolute monster. You have the Puck Coil late game that goes through BKB, of course, with that axe, which is just way better than what Radiant have, in my opinion. Mars, Kunkka will not scale as well as DP Puck.
Mid lane, TP in. Looks like Sin-Q might want to go for a smoke with his team, and they will. Through the dire jungle.
Yeah, they are looking.
Where are they heading, though?
The triangle, probably, trying to find the Wraith King. And they might be able to find him.
Faith is there. Dream Coil immediately onto GPK. Still a great target to get. And GPK, he got the boat out, but it really doesn't help. Shards won't catch Kingslayer. He's fine. I guess the only bright side for VP there is Nightfall is still farming. GPK, though, on this Kunkka, having a pretty darn bad game. It's not going to feel good falling this far behind on a hero like Kunkka, which hasn't felt strong in the meta at all.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate for him. Like, he had a very rough lane. Now he's just trying to come back by farming a little bit, but getting caught out by the Puck with Blink Dagger. I mean, Kunkka is really one of those heroes that if you don't keep on top of the network for a long time, you can just fall off and feel like a glorified support. And I feel like he is, unfortunately, kind of heading that direction at this moment.
Triangle going to be reinvaded by VP. Nothing to say. Get X'd up. Answer immediately onto Nightfall. Now the Yule's out. They get the bounty rune. No exorcism to play with. Nightfall gets started on Sin-Q. Warrior's Punch committed. Now the arena. DM's in. Faith will follow up. Dream Coil is back up. They are going to commit the egg. Immediately LGD trying to rush for it, but nobody can get in range. Maybe they can't, no. Save, he gets the full egg off, and that will mean Beat Beyond goes down. Arme, he's gonna try and fight with the battle trance, but the boat does come in, and that should mean they are saved. BP will stand their ground, and Nightfall does get a double kill on the Wraith King. LGD overstaying their welcome.
Certainly, like, you can't fight this team fight without Exorcism. And they didn't even have Coil at the time either. It was just a massive act by Phoenix here. Radiant's timing coming online at the same time as well. Just a whole lot of overtime burn damage from both of these heroes. Way too much for the Dire side to handle here without that Exorcism and Puck Coil. Like, they need everything they have in order to really fight back VP here. And now, game is back to even suddenly, net worth-wise. Wraith King sitting at the top of the net worth very comfortably.
Well, that Radiance is really going to start to escalate now on that Wraith King. LGD might feel pressured to start putting a little bit more pressure onto Nightfall. They do. Immediate smoke.
No, they know he has no...
It's the ultis are down.
Wraith King. Yep, for quite a long time. If they catch him out here, could be a disaster for them. But he's moving away just in time. Well, actually going for Roshan.
Cheeky Roshan play.
Yeah, always an opportunity, of course, Roche with Troll and Pass, especially if you have DP on top of that. It's way too fast, way too easy, no way to contest.
Ame will take that. Probably wait out that DP ulti to be back up before they group up again. Somebody has to address the top tier 2 situation. Save. Doing a pretty darn good job of split pushing this game. Didn't actually get spotted by Ame either. We're still in the fog.
Yeah, see how long he wants to stick around here. Potentially wait for 1 or 2 waves until he pushes out the next one. GPK, Spirit Vessel finally finished. Going into the Heaven's Halberd next. They're gonna go for 2 Heaven's Halberds here, I think. Wraith King's also gonna go for one. And then this Troll is gonna have a pretty hard time fighting into that until he gets his BKB. Which will be quite a ways off. Actually, screw that. He is going for BKB straight after Yasha. Not even finishing his Saint Yasha. I like that call a lot. Because he knows he will need it in order to kill that Phoenix Egg.
That's certainly a pretty darn good game read there from Ame. I guess they might just wait till the BKB's up before they go for another team fight LGD. They might have it just in time before the Aegis does expire, if Ame is fast enough. Of course, that is going to still buy more time for Nightfall, who's working towards his own BKB now. So, Battle of the BKBs in probably a few minutes. You kind of still feel like you might favor VP with all their team fight, assuming they can get the initiation they're looking for. Kind of like last fight.
It's gonna come down to this DP. If they can burst down the DP in any way, then they will win a team fight. But I think if DP stays alive with that Exorcism running for the full duration, LGD is gonna claim that team fight. He's also itemizing into a BKB, so all that overtime burn damage will be mitigated, of course.
Ame. He was scouted. They weren't able to get in range with the X.
They are feeling very confident here. Exorcism is back online. Are they gonna try to fight this? Like, I
think it's a matter of they know that the Troll needs the BKB.
Sure, like he is definitely gonna be way stronger with that BKB, but I feel like this DP right now, together with the Puck Coil, can do a lot of damage because they don't have any BKBs on Radiant either. But choosing to play it very conservatively and just split push the bot lane and try to trade towers.
Actually not going to commit for that bottom tier 2 though. Yeah, rather holding on to the DP ulti for now.
Yeah. They just want to try to farm their BKBs. DP is about 1,000 gold off, same as the Troll. So it makes sense why they would want to just be defensive and use this Aegis to farm up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Mid lane, TP in from Save. He just wants to sit behind DM. A dangerous farming spot there from our Mars.
Got it.
It's being bought out.
It's a very passive game. Only 7-3 to score, 10 kills in total. 1 kill every 2 minutes. Has to be one of the lowest this whole tournament, I believe.
Any more passiveness, we might have to start asking you to beatbox, Black. Just entertain the viewers for a bit.
Nah, that's a paid service, sorry. Like, it is way too good. You gotta pay some bucks to hear that. I can give you some dad jokes, though. Like, I'm always open for those.
Please don't. Spear out onto the tier 2 tower. CQ's gonna go down, Nightfall. He'll take the kill on the Wraith King.
Are they gonna get another tower here for free? Like, LGD is giving up a lot of their map without any contest.
Ame's getting close to the BKB, but it does feel like you are giving up a bit too much. VP now, they control your triangle.
Yeah, that they do. And I mean, he will finish his BKB in like 150 gold, and they'll be feeling very confident to fight. But I feel like, you know, giving everything up for free, I mean, at least make it a bit harder for them, you know? Like, make them think about it twice. But now, BKB up, they should be smoking up immediately. Aegis is still there for another 20 seconds, so they won't be able to use that. But I think with those BKBs online, they are looking like in a perfect position to take the next team fight.
But you're going to run out of the Aegis in 15 seconds. In fact, make it 10. So you kind of traded the Aegis for the BKB now. You know, it still feels kind of nice with the BKB 10-second charge, but well, there goes the Aegis. LGD, they are smoked up. They're moving their way through the Radiant jungle. They are going to see GPK in the mid lane.
Yes,
Snowball
no
immediately in. GPK does not have one. He gets shotted up though. Arena is down from DM, and the egg is going to be there right outside the arena. Nobody can focus it down. LGD going to have to back off for a bit, but now they can go right back in without GPK being up. It's going to be a nice, easy team fight for LGD. GPK doesn't want to buy back. Nightfall, he's going to be forced to BKB himself. Now the buyback's there for GPK. They're going to try and turn this one around. Nothing to say. They already kill off DM. Back on Arme though. He did not get the battle trance off in time. Now GPK kills off Sing-Q and they want more VP. They make it work.
Yeah, they overstayed their welcome here big time on LGD, using both BKBs to kill the Kanka, and then Puck still blinked in further, according to people, and they just can't fight without BKBs. Like, this Radiance is too strong against the Troll, he'll miss it way too much, and Exorcism was running out already. I feel like they should have just been happy, you know, taken the Kanka kill, and then disengage. You can see it here, it was very well played by the Tusk with the shards, but they had to expend both BKBs just to kill that Kanka. And just, as I said, after that, there's just no way that you can fight against this Radiance Kanka. Radiance Wraith King, sorry. He's way too powerful at this point. You can kill him with your BKBs. Once the BKBs are down, he's the king of the game. Quite literally.
You saw the buyback immediately. Immediately after the BKB popped, the buyback was out from GPK and was helping turn the team fight. LVP feeling very confident. Still a slight net worth lead for them. Neither side really too far ahead. Virtus.pro, they do have the slight tower advantage, but that's about it. Psg.lgd still looking pretty fine.
They're looking good, but you know, you want a bit more from like your two BKB reveals, you know? You don't just want to lose a fight on the back of two BKB reveals. Feels a little bad for them. And now a smoke up here by VP, trying to catch them off guard. Only have a master initiate with Blink Dagger though.
The triangle. He'd be a nice pick off.
Oh, they're just cutting the tower down. Right, Wraith King just going for the tower. Says screw you all.
Fair enough. He's going to TP back down to the bot lane to try and defend. Arme needs to be cautious. They are sneaking up from behind in the arena. Going to be nice for Arme. He got the BKB in time. Right onto the Wraith King. But another great egg. Or is it? They're going to try and focus it with the battle trance. They do get it. They get it down. Save without buyback. Now VP, can they fight without it? Well, they've got Arme anyway. Battle trance down. Means the troll will die. DP falling quite low. Nothing to say. Try and run his way out now as more buybacks are flying out. Save. He's back into the team fight with the Sun Ray. Nothing to say. Looking not really that tanky. Snowball going to bring him right back in. This is not where they want to be. And LGD, they're still going. Nothing to say. Back up to healthy. Now Faith Beyond in the backside. Gets GPK on the Kunkka. Is he actually just going to outrun the side of VP? He will.
Yeah. On the back of that frozen sigil from Tusk, slowing the movement speed down by far too much. Puck makes it out of there. But you can just see, like, these long, drawn-out fights, they really favor VP. As soon as those BKBs are down, this troll is just food. A Spirit Vessel on him, Wraith King beating into him, and his BKB is running lower and lower. Like, once he has a 5-second BKB, he's gonna feel so damn uncomfortable to fight in this game, like, at all, really. That's why I said Wraith King is one of the better heroes against Troll, because post BKB, like, you just make him your peasant, basically, as the Wraith King would say.
Nothing to say. Mid lane, Nightfall gonna get Yule Stomp. Shards out. Nightfall is fairly alone. Nobody's around him. He gets his BKB off. Tombstone's down. teammates slowly making their way over. With the sun ray now, Nightfall might be okay, but no, they are still going. They are committed. Arena onto 4, but the green coil. Faith Beyond holding them all down. Arme, he will pop the battle trance back on a Nightfall. The Wraith King looking very squishy now. He's gone.
That
very confident farming position from Nightfall, and they even get saved.
There was a massive blunder. Now they're suddenly up 8k. What? I'm so surprised by his gold shift. Like, what the hell just happened? Brave King there, of course, like he's way out of position, and LGD just punished him straight away. It was a huge blunder there by the Brave King.
Nightfall, a rare mistake over the series. Or their pos 1.
He was
fortunately for them, Roshan's up.
Actually crazy.
Roshan's up in 15 as well, Black.
Yeah, that should be a pretty easy one for LGD here once more. Aegis Troll. Still, without BKB, he's not gonna feel very confident fighting, even with that Aegis. But now suddenly up 8k gold. We spoke about DP just being a very strong powerhouse. He's closing in onto the Shiva's guard. Once he has that, Brave King is gonna feel very uncomfortable fighting against your DP as well. Just DP scaling too well, you know? Like, Exorcism never really falls off. Spirit Siphon scales with your own max health, so he's very happy to go late game against Kunkka and Brave King. And he's gonna be possibly even be the main problem, you know? Like, Troll is a problem, sure, but his DP might potentially be a bigger one.
Faith Beyond, speed up, DM. Get the timing right with the Torrent. Nice. They have the control.
Well played here by the Mars. And immediate smoke up.
I mean, without the puck, they feel quite confident to fight. Gonna move in. LGD, they are reading this quite well. They've kind of dissipated across the map. Nobody really in an awkward position to get caught out.
Yeah, DP also forgot to pick up a neutral item, the Psychic Headband.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's gonna go into the getting fined by the coach book.
Where is
just lying there at the small camp. Yeah, Mars picked it up, I believe. Yeah, he did. Mars just stole that neutral item. And Psychic Headband is a pretty damn good item for Puck, so yeah, I'm not gonna be too happy about that.
Nightfall back down to that bot T1 tower. He's still pretty darn strong in the Wraith King, still the highest net worth hero.
Radiant's top tower.
LGD though, smoking up through the Radiant jungle. Went straight into GPK. This Kunkka, he's had such a hard time this game, and it's not going to get that much easier. He just gets bursted down so darn quick by LGD. Now, TP's out. No, nice green call. They have caught out the Wraith King. Nightfall is going to try and run with the BKB, but they're going to chase him down. A great shaft out from CQ to lock him in before the staircase, and now they have the control with the tombstone. Nightfall, he's going to try and fight, but he is all alone. They even whip him before he dies.
So fast. I like this itemization, but nothing to say. He's going into his own AC to counter the Wraith King's AC, completely nullifying the effect of it. Much better than the Shiva's got this game. Like, they're making very smart item decisions here on the PSG side. Now with that Exorcism up, they're trying to threaten high ground. He has no buyback on the Wraith King for a full minute. Without Wraith King, it's going to be incredibly difficult to really do anything here. They might lose one side, potentially even not two, because they still have all the different colors.
Solar Crest even going to be there from Y. Let's really speed things up here for Arme.
Machine gun troll.
Great support, he even salves him up.
I should do it. Easy kickoff there for the troll.
Oh, Spear is there, DM. Locks him down. Sunray, it's doing a lot of damage. Does force the BKB usage out of Arme. LGD immediately out of there now. 13k net worth lead, and like, might I add, your sound effects, amazing. Thank you for that.
Oh, you like him? Dude, there's a whole
absolutely
lot where those came from.
Please.
In fact, I kid you not, I was very popular with my teammates for all the sound effects I always made after the games. Or sometimes even during the games.
Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely loved it. I can't believe
I'm
Valve
sure they
approached me to be, you know, the special effects master.
Neither can I, Black. Your sound effects are impeccable. I couldn't tell the difference for a second there.
Exactly.
I thought it was in game.
Yeah, it's just my power. Like, I have the talent to have only users' talents. That is my talent. Age is going to be reclaimed here in 50. So they might potentially be looking for one more fight with it, but probably not. Just wants to farm up as a Abyssal Blade. Now Troll took over top net worth spot. Filthy rich on him.
LGD into the Radiant Triangle again.
I think
Abyssal Blade very close for Arme.
Time to reverse roles, MLP. How do they come back into this game, VP?
Oh. You know, I don't know. I'm looking at Nightfall. Obviously, it's kind of on his shoulders, right? Get a bit more farm. Abyssal Blade, kind of nice. But you know what I'm thinking, Black? Aghanim Scepter, Divine Rapier. That's what I want to see from Nightfall.
Aghanim Scepter, Divine Rapier. I dig it. I would love to see it. So hopefully we will. But you just saw like how fast he dies under the Spirit Siphon and Exorcism. Like, this DP is a real problem, but you can't just ignore the Troll either. And as I said before, these cores are just scaling too well on this Dire side. Sure, your Wraith King is very strong, but your Kunkka at this point kind of feels like, you know, a glorified support. And so does Mars. They offer a little bit of disable here and there, but no damage whatsoever. They're gonna have huge damage problems in the next teamfight. All on Phoenix, all on Wraith King.
I mean, DPK is basically just a walking boat at this point. X is kind of nice as well, and that's it.
Yeah. That's why we don't see Kunkka played more. It's just, he can be really damn underwhelming if he doesn't have a great game.
You know what I'm really afraid about, Black?
What's that?
I've been saying this to John for a while as well, but I feel like Tinker's due for a buff, and it scares me a lot. To go back into that very boring, slow, but no, don't stick up the Tinker. In fact, hold that thought, because in the triangle, they are going to go in onto TM. In fact, they found Kingslayer as well. TM is going to try and fight back with his BKB, but Arme has the control with the ensnares, just locking him down. He drops the arena to at least buy some more time for his team, but nothing to say is getting to work, getting the job done. Egg going to be committed. Nightfall going to try and protect it. Nothing to say, just getting it down with Arme, and now the battle trance is there onto the Wraith King. He will lose the first life and more than likely the second, as he has nobody around him. He'll try to TP out, but the Walrus Punch is there in time.
Yeah, making it look very easy. Yeah, PSG just know that they have no damage right now to deal with them at all. Wraith King has a buyback, so does Phoenix, and they're gonna use it to, you know, kind of push him back a little bit maybe. Maybe they're not even gonna be scared enough to go back. Troll still hitting the tower. Oh, it's falling so damn fast, man.
Fire Spirits to slow it down a little bit. Arme breaking his arms with the attacks that are so darn fast. He'll leave, and Black, if we could go back to the previous conversation now, you were saying, I brought up the whole Tinker issue that I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about it?
I'd argue Tinker is already too strong in games where he's good and too weak in games where he's not. He's like a very delicate hero to balance, right? Like if you buff him more, then in games where he's already strong, he's gonna be absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, you gotta be careful when you walk down that line of balancing that hero. Like, I don't wanna have a hero that can just defend high ground in all towers indefinitely and also be a huge, you know, teamfight contributor. Don't want to have that back. Tinker should be a situational pick. And right now I think he is. It's just people are afraid of, you know, experimenting with him. But I think he has his place in Dota already.
Well, there you have Ice Frog. If you are listening, Black, a professional player for Dota 2, don't buff him, just nerf him over and over again.
Don't nerf him either.
You
Don't
want
listen
to
to Tinker haters. Just leave him be. You know, wait until he gets picked a little in competitive, maybe. See some strengths and weaknesses.
No.
Now, don't nerf him.
Too far.
Don't nerf him.
Just delete him. Much easier. Saves you the time. Maythiano, this could be a big team fight. LGD, they get the Dream Coil. They've caught 3. Arena down. Sunray boat, everything being thrown out, but they have so many enemies surrounding them in this arena. Nightfall, he just can't hit anyone right now. Egg is finally down, but they're going to have plenty of time to take it out. Now DM, he is still trapped up by the shards. He is gone.
30k gold lead now.
And that's it, GG.
GG is called.
They call it.
A very uneventful game, unfortunately. Like, the draft was heavily favoring Psg.lgd, and they didn't really ever drop the ball. Wraith King was very
far. Hi, this is Lorenzo from Dota Pro Games. On this channel, every day, we upload Dota games from pros like Arteezy, Paparazzi, Miracle, and many more. If you want to play like them and understand their secrets, consider subscribing to this channel. You will increase MMR in no time. Also, liking this video is free and will help me bring you more and more content. Enjoy the game. Thanks.
But that's what they've got, and with that, of course, Black, we are going to head over to the panel and see what they had to think about this whole series in general.
Thank you so much, MLP and Black. And indeed, Psg.lgd is looking absolutely dominating. This second game, they take it. They take the series here with Tsunami and Gods. And here to break down the game, we had higher expectations from Virtus.pro, but at the same time, I think Psg.lgd, Neil, they overperformed this series, I feel like, compared to what we were expecting.
I've seen a steady trajectory from them throughout wildcards, group stage, and now here at playoffs. They continually step up their play, despite the fact that their drafts don't necessarily change that much. They have a wide hero pool for sure, but their style is pretty consistent and definitely underwhelmed with VP. I don't really know what to make of them after this. Sure, LGD are looking really, really hot, but if you're gonna like go for a comfort hero like Kunkka, you need to make it look better than this.
Yeah.
And they had their own, they took the Phoenix away from LGD. It didn't look nearly as intimidating in VP's hands.
Yeah, I think there were some small adjustments that, you know, they kind of tried to match the team fight, taking the Phoenix Mars for themselves, but at the same time, it just felt like the other matchups in the other roles didn't work. Troll just looked like a much better carry than the Wraith King this game. You can see why LGD Ame prioritized it 2 games in a row. They just first 2 picked their carry with another, well, this game with another core in game 1. Not the case, but Ame Troll looks like a maybe must-ban hero.
But they first phase it. So what? Like, are you gonna let the Ame Monkey King through, or the Ame Io? Like, which pick your poison?
Or the supports.
I don't know.
You have to take away the Phoenix away. Zinc you Tusk.
I think for the second time today, we mentioned it briefly during the draft as well. For the second time today, we saw the Mars Phoenix countered. It is so simple to just buy a BKB. So if you're not able to take the majority of the game or a big lead before BKBs come online from the enemy team, you might as well not pick it. I think it's like that's as far as an opener goes. On hindsight, it feels weak.
Yeah, definitely a lot more vulnerabilities than I was inclined to believe.
Yes.
After seeing it in China's hands time and time again, I'm like, oh, it's guaranteed team fight, easy execution. Both of you just press R, life's good. It's apparently not quite that simple. And I have no read on VP now. I don't know if it's just LGD overperforming, like you said, or VP underperforming, or both, or I don't know.
Or maybe it's VP coming in with an idea of games and they are lacking the experience of the meta shift that happened over the last 2 days. Could also
that's part of it. LGD's just been getting better and better. I think day 1 wildcards, they were definitely didn't look like a top 3 team.
In game 1. You remember that the Monkey King game that you and I were like, is this dude ever going to buy a BKB?
He won that game, all right?
He won that game, but still.
Eventually.
That was the first dip, you know. Since then, Psg.lgd, I mean, honestly, in the groups, I think they were the best team, even though it was ThunderPred who ended up. I think ThunderPred was the second best team in the groups. LGD, yeah, they finished second, but they didn't care about those last 2 games. They were just experimenting, trying some different stuff. The way they played Dota, the way they were winning, closing out games was just really impressive. And they're going to be a scary matchup for Team Secret.
They are, because I agree with both of you. It has been an upward trajectory, and this team is giving off major wings vibes, maybe, perhaps. I mean, they do have 2 of the players in the squad, so
that's fair.
you know, they might have a little bit of that magic left. We're gonna, of course, find out when they continue in the upper brackets. But first, with this series done, with this game done, who would you vote for as MVP? There's so many options. There's a lot of people playing really well. I do want to point out the positioning of some of the tombstones. It's superb.
I
kind of forgot that there was
Undying Love. What's this?
I mean, it some good tombstones.
He had some great tombstones.
I think the standout maybe pick and just play was from the Death Prophet for me. I think putting it over in the mid lane, there was no Death Prophet answers this game. So
sure, but you're giving the MVP to Death Prophet is not very exciting.
Yeah.
Do you really want to? Yeah. Do you really want to give it to nothing?
I vetoed the Undying. You could veto the Death Prophet. So
I
Neil,
wanted to give it to Ame. I wanted to give it to Troll Warlord.
Oh, okay. I'm okay with that.
There we go.
He makes that hero looks like the next top tier carry.
First phase, I only thought Monkey King was worthy of first phase. Now Troll Warlord, at least in Ame's hands, seems like a close contender as well.
Yeah. There were some fights he didn't pop Battle Trance, or one in particular.
Yes, that's true.
We looked at the replay was there. Then he was cleaved by the Kunkka. He didn't see really like the last thing coming. He was trying to min-max his performance.
It's true. I mean, I said Ame is known to throw, but he'll always get the dub in the end.
Yes, it's on. Yeah, it really is the Ame way. Like he plays that kind of high risk, high reward. He'll have a few mistakes, but overall he delivers.
Yeah, super strong showing from Psg.lgd. Virtus.pro will have to go back to the drawing board. We mentioned before the series started, they are the youngest team here, and they didn't really have much of a challenge in their own region in terms of the Dota. Seems like they have met quite the challenge here in Singapore, and we're going to find out if they can make a run in the lower bracket and if they can recover, because that is, in a young team like this, they've not experienced this beatdown before. This is the first time they've been beat down in such an important tournament as handedly as Psg.lgd just did, and you need to try to recover from that mentally as a squad.
The maybe not so good news is they face a Quincy crew team who's looked pretty impressive so far.
Yeah.
The good news is it's a slightly crippled Quincy crew playing with a stand-in, so VP definitely go into that one as favorites, but the lack of match experience here and the fact that they're coming off of a loss where their playstyle didn't work may be a little concerning.
Yeah, they do have. Oh no, they don't have any full